Okay, so hopefully I've updated the lab, but if I haven't, I know the lab actually has you starting in ArcMap. I don't want you to start in ArcMap. I want you to start here in ArcCatalog, because I think it makes the map more portable. Okay, so we're going to create ourselves a new toolbox, and that's going to be called Longmont Models. And by the way, this is going to be pretty much the lab. I'm going to try to get you through the first few steps, and hopefully you can figure out how to do the rest of it. So we're going to create a new model, and we're going to give it a model name. Go to model properties, and let's see, we're going to call it, they want us to call it Rec Center EX1 underscore weighted, because remember, we're doing a proximity analysis that is weighted rather than binary, right? And you can give it a name, and the thing about the label is the label you can put spaces in, but you can't put the spaces in the name. Rec Center X1 weighted. And if you'd like, you can put in the description. All right, we're going to click OK with this. Oh, they don't like underscores now. Okay. All right. So we have an empty model. So if you go back to where we were originally with the suitability model, remember we had this sort of design, and we're going to be doing the same thing. We got the rec center, we got the Longmont population, we got the zoning, and so forth. All right. So we're going to we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to put these tools in the model. All right, so we're going to buffer. We're going to buffer the existing location. So let's see if we can do that. So remember the tool that we used for buffering. We came up to analysis and proximity, and we did a multi-ring buffer, right, on rec centers. Okay. So let's go ahead and double click on this. Actually, one thing I would like to do first is I'd like to set our model properties and make sure we set the workspace to equal to to equal to this geodatabase. Oops, I guess I can't do that. And make sure that that's the right one. Yep, MB1 longmont.gdb. Yeah, and you might want to give this a different name if you're starting over. I would recommend that you start over with a brand new geodatabase, because one of the things that's going to happen here is you may run into something that's already been created from your previous analysis. And while you can certainly get around that by putting in a conditional delete statement or something like that, it just would make it easier to run this first. Okay, so multiple ring buffer. And oops, you know what? Let me get rid of that, and we'll add it again, and that way it will pick up the environment. All right, features. So let's see. I want Longmont Rec Center, right? Oops. Fascinating. It's not picking up Longmont Rec Center, and let's make sure. Yep, it's the right database. And the output feature class for this. What did we say that the output feature class was going to be? I believe it was going to be Rec Center buffers. Yep. I'm going to call it Rec Center buffers. And then we're going to start putting our distances in here. And we want to put in 1, 2, 2.5, and 6. Okay, and we want to make sure that when it outputs a distance called distance, a field called distance, and it's storing these in miles. Click OK, and you can see that the model is now ready because everything is colored in, and also it hasn't been run because we don't see the shadows here. Now we can go ahead and run this if you like. One of the cool things about this is you can click and just run one tool at a time, or you can run the entire model. If you run the entire model, then it will get rid of these sort of intermediate tasks, immediate things. And I don't know if you can see that in the background, but it temporarily is creating a scratch.gdb. Okay, and I'm going to click close. And if I refresh my geodatabase, I can see that, I can see that I've created nothing. Oh, I'm in the wrong database. I have created a feature class called Rec Center Buffers, and that looks like that, right? So if I look at it within our catalog, I can see that one has a distance of 1, a distance of 2, a distance of 2.5, and a distance of 6. So that is this is the product that I've created. You can also see that we now have drop shadow here that which basically means that all the processes have already been run. If I want to run this again, I'll have to validate. Let's see what happens if I try to run this again. If it will tell me, if it will actually just go and overwrite, or that's another environment variable you can set, but quite frankly, it doesn't work as well as you would like. All right, well, it says it succeeded. Okay, so that's great. So we've added one thing, and now we're going to come through and we're going to chain together some more tools. All right, we'll come right back to this.